Din, 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 din. Na 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 na. You know na 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 na. Yeah. I once had a conversation with an old man. Served 3 administrations, still got ink on his hands. Not the kind you wash off, nah. The kind that remains when you've signed off on decisions that flow through people's veins. He didn't speak like a politician, spoke like a man who knew the difference between what they promised and what they actually do. Pour me something heavy, said, son, sit down in here. Let me show you how we got here. Let me make it clear, the system didn't break overnight. It was built this way, and the ones who built this mountain shook your hand today. I heard it from a man who sat inside the room. So when I speak on it, just know it ain't an assumption, it's the truth.
Yeah. He said, let's break down the state of the nation, reflecting on power in the long-term duration. Started with the myth that the old days were clean, but corruption was hidden, operating off screen. Darker scenes behind the podiums and the ties, gentlemen agreements dressed in suits and alibis. Then we shifted to the modern, the open air test, where transparency exposed the rot and the rest. From the councils to the police, the system feels stressed, but we're fighting for the truth, putting minds to the test. He said, son, it's a massive classroom every single day, from the leaders that we follow to the price that we pay. Some seek the stomach, put the self at the core, while others stand tall. They were built for something more, and I started taking notes like I was back in school. Cause the men across from me, I lived inside the rules. Had been them, had defended them, I watched them get ignored. 3 administrations deeper still he had influence to believe that something somewhere could be fixed and saved. And the problem isn't governance, son, it's how we behave. The system didn't break overnight, it was built this way. And the ones who built it smiled and shook your hand today. I heard it from a man who sat inside the room. So when I speak on it, just know it ain't an assumption. Then he leaned forward, so now let's talk about the streets, about the protests and the anger and the recurring beats. So when people take the roads, it ain't a random thing. It's the accumulation of every unanswered grief. And the immigration crisis ain't just numbers on the page. It's communities compressed and boiling over into rage. It's a woman in the chat section with 2 minutes on the clock, typing what she couldn't say before the panel made a stop. He said I sat in those meetings, I've written those reports, I watched recommendations die in government courts, buried in the process, filed on the review, resurrected every election when they needed something new. Law enforcement failing cause the structure is hollowed, every strong foundation got corrupted and swallowed. Digital system promised integration delayed, while the people on the ground are getting caught in the fray. Said the dangerous moment is the anger, is fatigue. When the people stop protesting and just handle it, believe that's when the nation shifts and nobody rings a bell. That's the quiet before something nobody can tell. I felt it in my chest, sat back and took a breath, cause the man wasn't fear-mongering. He was mapping out the steps of a country at a crossroads, wearing patience like a coat that's getting thin at the elbows, and they're losing threads and hope.
The system didn't break overnight, it was built this way. And the ones who built it smiled and shook your hand today. I heard it from a man who sat inside the room. So when I speak on it, just know it ain't an assumption.
Yeah, but then he shifted, and this is the part I hold on to. Said every broken system still has people pushing through. Glide like the swan that we're pedaling fast, building foundations meant to actually last. No magic wands there, just the work and the grit. Integrate the system, digital flow, that's it. That's the only way forward to help the country grow. Not the loudest voice in the room, but the ones that show. We said I see the administrations rise and fall and rise. I watch good men get swallowed by the compromise, but I've also seen a teacher in the township change your mind. A counselor who stayed honest when it wasn't by design. Set the classroom never closes lessons every day. The question is, are you learning or just watching it decay? Are you building something real, or where you're riding on the wave? Cause the wave will always break some. What you leaving in this wake? And I thought about the youth, I thought about his mic, about every bar I written, trying to get the message right. About the platform on the people tuning in to hear something on it, something useful, something that can keep for years. Cause that's what the old man gave me, not a speech, not a quote, but a map drawn from experience of everything he wrote through administration. Still got fire in his eyes. Said the country isn't finished, son, it's just learning how to rise.